up, Soulcatchers? Thanks for joining the Soulcatchersclub, a podcast dedicated to captivating your soul, creating space for conversation and healing, and of course, connecting you with other souls that will feed and fuel your purpose. I'm your host, Gnosis Mercado. Welcome. Hey, Soulcatchers. So today I'm sharing my thoughts on what intuition is, how to listen to it, and why it's so important to tune into our intuition, especially right now in these times. Hi, I hope this finds everyone well. For those that don't know me, my name is Gnosis, that don't know me yet. And I definitely have some interesting thoughts to share with you today about intuition. So, what is intuition? Intuition it's something that I think it is compared a lot to that gut feeling. And I would like to share my thoughts in that it is beyond that gut feeling, because our intuition can give us guidance on things beyond the physical energy that we do feel. And it can help guide us into a more conscious, aware path, and also help us put ourselves into a space that we're meant to be. So let me give an example. Let's say you walk into a room and your eyes scan the area. You notice a couple people off in the corner, and the whole room just kind of rubs you wrong. You might feel like a dark feeling, or perhaps you feel that gut instinct, which technically is your fight or flight. And that is telling you to be cautious, to be ready to fight, or perhaps to just leave the room. And that is because that gut instinct is a natural human response. And it's connected to what we call the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve, some people like trauma specialist Resma Menakem calls it the soul nerve. But that vagus nerve is considered to be connected to the parasympathetic nervous system. It's connected from the brain all the way to the gut. And it is the central part of the spine. So it really is a physical response when we get that gut feeling. So in this regard, you want to listen to that gut feeling. Don't get me wrong. You want to, make sure that you are scanning that room and you're listening to that gut instinct. But the vagus nerve is it's responsible for helping our bodies heal. It's here to help our bodies heal through trauma, heal through pain. So in that respect, it can also help to prevent trauma from happening, prevent, mishaps from happening with these physical responses, or be ready, right? Because it all ties into the brain, the digestive system, the spine. But our intuition is a little bit more powerful, more informative than that simple physical response. And it's not simple. Don't get me wrong here. It's not a simple response. It is a very deep-rooted response. And the intuitive part is very important, because if we learn to listen to our intuition well, that physical gut feeling and the parasympathetic will not even have to kick in. We can keep it calm. Because the well-tuned intuition that is trained will have already steered you away from that room that you walked into, that room that sparked danger. It would have steered you away from that in the first place before you even got there. So it's very, very important to learn to really tap into that intuitive power. And some of you might be thinking, you know, this is some psychic looking into the future type of shit, you know. But I'm not talking about premonition here. I mean, some people might have premonitionary type of visions when they learn to listen to their intuition. But for myself, I mean, I can speak for myself, and I've talked with other more tuned in people. I experience these messages from my intuition as like little nudges, or perhaps like words. And most of the time they're unexplained. You won't know why you're listening to this little voice. But when you do, you understand why. And when you don't listen to that voice, most of the time know why you should have. So it is very important to tap into that voice, tap into those voices, and understand where they come from. So right now in my life, I like to think that I am living intuitively. Everything I do right now, I have made a choice to do based on these little nudges, messages, and everything that I get from spirit, from my ancestors, and from my intuition. I've traveled around the world the past year. I did that on my own. And it was very informative. It broke through so much for me in my life. Yes, I was a little timid to, quit the normal corporate life, the job that, paid well, was comfortable and secure. But I felt called to take that time off and travel and explore the world and be in different places and get out of my comfort zone and understand things on a deeper level, on a different level. Meet people from different stages of life, different walks of life. Understand different cultures in a deeper way that you can only experience when you travel on your own, really. So I traveled around the world for a year, and then I started my own business on the way. I also create soul projects that are inspired by spirit, that I'm told to do intuitively, like this one, like this podcast. And I continue to make these choices based on this internal messaging. So I want to share with you today how to begin to listen to your intuition better. My biggest note is to begin a practice, and specifically begin a practice with meditation. And I want you to notice how I say practice. As with everything in life, it takes practice to meditate. No one's good at everything from the get. Some people are gifted, more skilled with some things. So right now I'm going to challenge you to try a few types of meditation. so that you can find one that you like to do every day. Because meditation is not just about sitting in silence. I mean, you can definitely learn so much when you do sit in silence. But the practice of silence is not necessarily for everyone. And it's especially not for people who've experienced more intense trauma. Other types of meditation can include perhaps repeating a mantra, an affirmation, with a mala, with a tool, with the beads, that you can track how many times you've said that, that mantra, that word of praise to yourself, that word of praise to a higher power, that, you know, whatever that is that you are saying with intention. A mala can help connect that to your mind, your body, helping to really tap into the power of the word. You can chant, sing, hum. Even certain types of breath work can be meditation. Walking around in nature, like I've talked about before in the first chapter. Some types of movement, and even being in water. But the point of whatever practice you choose should be to meditate first and foremost. So that, what I mean by that is other actions that you choose to partake in. Like, for instance, you're hiking, right? If you're choosing to meditate and you go hiking in order to meditate, that should just be the secondary action. Your walk in nature would be the secondary action. And that is what's assisting you into that space of meditation. It's like, just as we use weights and you take protein to help build your muscles. Your main goal is to build muscle. It's not to eat more protein. You're eating more protein so that you can nourish your muscles, so that you can feed and continue to grow those muscles. So I hope that makes sense. And that in turn, that same thing applies to the practice of meditation. So you can use props like, okay, so I intentionally designed handmade yoga mats, meditation cushions, and I have handmade malas that you can find on Etsy with Aldaz goods that will help make a practice more comfortable for you. You can use those. You can utilize these tools. And you can find an active meditation like chanting, like repeating an affirmation, or perhaps a mantra. A mantra is something that is typically in another language than English, which is why we call English mantras affirmations, but a mantra usually connects to a higher power. So you can have words in English that do connect to a higher power, but a mantra are ancient words that connect to that higher power, and they're built to really connect your mind to your body, to really enlighten the palate, the roof of your mouth, and just vibrate at a different frequency. So whatever you do, I just want you to remember to keep that intention of practicing meditation in the forefront of your thoughts before you even sit down or take space to begin to meditate, to practice. But also, I just want to note because to me, meditation does include closing your eyes in order to go within, or you can use an intentional focus point in order to look within yourself for more advanced practices. But the purpose of meditation, the real purpose, is to help you understand who you are, to help you understand why your soul connected to this body, and to ground yourself in your body, and to turn those feelings of stress, anxiety, and other ailments into ease by increasing your awareness and by increasing your ability to listen to your intuition. So I just want you to know that that intuitive power that you hold within you is ready to be tapped into right now. That intuitive power is ready to guide you. And the timing of this message that I'm sharing with you is succinct to your own evolutionary growth. You and I both know the planet is rapidly changing, and we need to share more souls. We need to connect more. We need more humans that are connected within themselves, that are connected to other souls that hold the same light as you do. So if you are listening to this, then that is you. Listen to your own inner light right now and begin or restart your daily practices. And I want to let you know that I built a series if you've not practiced before. It's a workbook series called My Own Source. And the My Own Source Workbook series will help you tap into your own source of intuitive power to learn to give gratitude to all that is, to manifest all that you desire, and to harness the abundance that is life. And the way we do that is using journaling prompts, beginning simple practices, taking small steps that will help you to gain that daily practice, one step at a time. So in total, there are 3 workbooks, but the first one is completely free on my website, which is audazlife.com. That's AUDAZLIFE.com. So I want to ask you if you are ready to become bold in your thoughts and actions. That's the meaning of audaz, courageous in Spanish. Bold. Become bold in your thoughts and actions, and then in turn you will become a more intuitive being. So join me on the Soulcatchers Club podcast later this week for a practice that will help you tap into that intuitive power that is waiting. It's waiting for you. And it's waiting to be utilized. Thank you so much for being here. And I can't wait to see you there. Have a beautiful week.